feel like if I come for the reunion, I'm like giving her a dirty slap. That's so hot.
Basically, Laura would slap Caroline if Caroline said everything. If Caroline said everything she said at the beach house in front of Laura. Slap. Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Ajimotunrayo. Welcome to MOBAIBE on YouTube. Yes, we have another episode for you. But first, let me thank the returning subscribers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another episode of today. Episode 3 started with, Laura meeting up with Yabo. Yabo invited Laura to the spa.
Hello. How you doing? I'm good. So let me say your makeup. Mwah. Mwah.
Yabo basically invited Laura so Laura could come explain, why Laura did not come to the beach party she invited the girls to, and they greeted each other. It was an awkward greeting somewhat, but anyways, they greeted, they sat down, and Laura Yabo asked Laura, okay, so why didn't you come to the beach house? The beach house I invited all of the guests, all of the girls to. Why didn't you come? And Laura's explanation was,
personally, I just felt like, okay, so they invited me for a getaway. Half of the girls there are not my friends.
so basically, half of the girls weren't her friend. That was her main reason. But then she apologized to Yabo. She apologized to Yabo that she was sorry she couldn't make it to the beach house.
I apologize for, I should have called and told you that I was not going to come. I wasn't expecting her to apologize. I was planning to show her shaggy. You've never been the problem. I love you, I respect you, and I think you've done amazing for yourself.
Yabo didn't expect her to even apologize. Yeah, Yabo didn't expect her to apologize. And Laura went on to say that she doesn't dislike Yabo. She really likes Yabo. She has no issues with Yabo. But she heard everything the girls, did on the at the beach house. Basically, the game they played, yeah. So Laura was like, okay, she heard about all of the things, the games, and everything that everyone said about her. And she was really particular about not liking what Caroline said about her. Yeah, she was basically really particular about Caroline. She also said she didn't like the fact that Chioma said they were not friends, that she was just a customer to her.
Laura has never done that before. She was a client of good hair and Rasta Proper. She's brought her friends to buy hair, brought her friends to buy food and drinks. And I'm very happy. I'm grateful for that. I appreciate her for that reason. But we don't have a relationship outside of that.
And in all fairness, that doesn't qualify Laura as a friend. Doesn't qualify her as a friend. Anyways, Laura was like, oh, she didn't like the fact that Chioma called her a customer and not a friend. Voila. Then the next scene, they show Caroline and Chioma. Basically, to be fair, let me say my own opinion about those two. I think those two are the perfect fit for each other. Like, you can tell that they kind of like the same thing. They kind of live similar, life. I don't know how best to explain. They basically fit, their friendship basically fits each other. Likewise, Yabo and what's the name? Yabo and Toyin. They like, speaking Yoruba and being Raz. They can be Raz on you. They can bring out, the badass girl on you. They can bring out the salty, the very beautiful mom of 2, 3 on you. They can bring out, different sides. I like that both of them, Toyin and Yabo, they fit. Chioma basically is just there. So, but maybe when Maria comes into this, because when they showed next week on, I think I already told you guys that Miriam will be introduced in episode 4. So I'm guessing when Miriam comes, maybe Miriam and Chioma will be close, because Chioma is just the drama there. She's just basically there. But they're all friends. But basically, I like Caroline and Chioma's friendship. So back to what I was saying. They went to a jewelry store to buy jewelries.
I'm obsessed with accessories, especially diamonds. Why? Because diamonds are a girl's best friend.
I love everything I see, but I'm more of a gold person, so I'm really like an investor. When I buy jewelries, I buy to invest.
Chioma was like, she likes diamonds, you know, very nice, cute, small, very beautiful diamond, that she really loves accessories. And Caroline was like, oh no, she likes the big, really big, loud, you know, diamond, gold that's really big, really loud. But the funny thing is, she doesn't wear them. She hardly wears them. She'll just buy them and then go and keep it in the safe. That's what Caroline said. Oh, she'll buy them and keep it. And Chioma was like, what? You spend all of that money on big jewelries and you just keep them in safe? Caroline was like, yeah, just for investments and all of those things. Chioma was like, no, she likes to wear jewelries and she loves jewelry shopping, she loves accessories and all of those things. Basically, they showed that they spent over $13,000. Yeah, you heard that. They both spent over $13,000 at the jewelry shop. And that was how that scene ended. So the next scene shows Chioma in her kitchen cooking, and then she calls Yabo up and said, oh, let's meet up, let's hang out, or let's, you know, go jogging. Let's just, you know, hang and go jogging. And you know, we can already tell that Chioma is the one that likes the exercise, the fitness and all of those things. So basically Chioma and Yabo went jogging. That was that Yabo decided to tell Chioma everything. Everything Laura told her at the spa, Yabo told Chioma. And Chioma got vexed.
She lost me at the word slap. I'm extremely upset. I think it's very disrespectful.
She got irritated and, you know, she lost the motivation to continue jogging. You can tell that she just wanted to go back home. She just wanted to, you know, end that exercise, whatever. She said, oh, why would Laura say she would slap Caroline? That are they kids? She basically took it personal. She was like, if Laura had slapped Caroline, she would have slapped Laura back.
And if she slaps Caroline, I'll slap her back. You can't do that.
It was just all of that, and she was pissed. She said it, and Chioma said it. Oh, if Laura slapped Caroline, she would have slapped Laura back, because Caroline was a girl at that point, and she just wanted to, you know, end that exercise. And that was how that scene ended. Yabo was just like this, and we're all like, Yabo, who sent you message? Laura share. So the next scene was, you know, Toyin doing a photo shoot with Maria from Big Brother Naija. I think the last season that happened. Yeah, it was the last season. So Big Brother Naija, Maria, so she was to wear this newspaper dress.
See this look on you. When I thought of you, I'm like, this girl, one way or the other, she's always in.
Obviously, the fashion goddess. It was really nice. It was actually creative. You know, I don't think anybody in their right senses would actually wear it. Maybe if they are going for a costume party or something, but that was very creative of Toyin, to be fair. And Maria wore it, and Maria was like, Toyin was like, oh, when she, you know, thought about the idea, she said, and I quote, she doesn't read the news because she's the news. And I was like, Toyin, you know. Anyway, so the shoots went on. Our hobby was actually the photographer, Shegun. Toyin's hobby was actually the photographer, and she was like, oh, they power couple, they share ideas together, they do a lot of shoots together, you know, they bring ideas together, and you know, that's what make them, they create together, that's what make them a power couple.
We can set up the paint chair here and set up like a tea party. Lean on that side. That's it. This is what you get when you choose the power couple. So go angle to one.
This photo shoot went on and it was nice, and that was how that scene ended. Now to the next scene. Chioma hosts her parents, brother, her elder brother, her parents, her aunts, 2 of her aunts, and her uncle at her home place. She was like, oh, they just flew in from the States and they'll be going back, you know, pretty soon. So she decides to host them at her place. And she said, oh, she doesn't cook, but today she decides to cook and she wants them to enjoy it. She offered them champagne and, you know, wine and all of that. And next thing you know, they started to ask about her husband and all of those things.
When I will be, like, when I will be now.
Marriage for me is a big deal. You know, for me, it's not something that I wanted to rush into.
You know how, you know, our typical parents and uncles and auntie like to be nosy. You know, they brought up the pen, the hobby topic. And she was like, oh, you guys don't worry that at the right time, you guys will meet him, you will see him. And she doesn't really like to rush into anything, but at the right time, and when she feels like she's ready, which is fair enough, when she feels like she's ready and at the right time, you know, they will all know that, because she was like, oh, growing up, they were all very close. Her parents, uncles and aunties and siblings, they were all very close. That people could actually never really differentiate who was who, because they were actually very tight. So it was time for them to eat, and the aunt was to pray, and she prayed about, oh, please, oh, let your mama bring a hobby. You know how aunties can be. And the usher said amen and blessed the food. And that was how that scene ended. The next scene was when Caroline was in this company's face cap, company's complete outfits, basically. So you could tell that she was coming back from work. So she meets up with the manager of this really nice restaurant. It was like an indoor and outdoor, you know, indoor-outdoor restaurant that was near the Agunfon, near 3rd Mainland Bridge, plus the sea, or plus the ocean, plus the water, basically. You know, it was a really nice, you could tell that it was a really nice place. So she was meeting with the manager to discuss, you know, Caroline basically wanted to host the girls at that place. And, you know, they were discussing how they'll arrange the place, so they'll take away the chairs, they would decorate the place. She wanted this kind of flower, and, you know, all of those things. And they basically planned that, and that was how that scene ended. Now to the last scene, the final juicy, dramatic, basbo scene was when, you know, the beginning was when, you know, the whole place was already well set up and all of it. Was like an Egyptian theme, you know, party and or get together, like I can say, or a dinner, like I can say. And there were no chairs. It was just throw pillow on the floor, and there's this very low table, so everyone was to sit on the throw pillows. And Caroline was like, she doesn't know how everybody will feel though. If anybody go out with my dress, that's a problem. But our own is, you know, they have to sit on the throw pillow like that. So basically, the first person that enters was the Yabo. Yabo came in looking very beautiful in this really nice hair and dress. And Caroline was like, what? Auntie Yabo. I know she doesn't like us calling her Auntie Yabo, but she came in looking like an Auntie Yabo because of her hair, of her dress.
I want to take the hair, I want to take the dress, I want to take her smile. She's such a happy soul.
Like, she wants her hair, she wants her dress, that she was just looking really, really beautiful. And to be honest, I wanted to take her hair because, you know, the hairstylist did real good on that hair. I really liked the hair, basically. So then the next person that came in was Laura, and, you know, Yabo was already seated and Laura came in.
You guys are so extra. I love your hair. Thank you. Carol knows how to pretend, so she's pretty nice to me. So, how are you, beautiful?
Oh my God, look at the train.
They greeted each other, you know, they sat down, and next person that came in was Chioma. Chioma came in and just said hi. I just said hi to Laura, and that was it. I greeted the rest properly, greeted the rest very well. And she came in this white long dress.
And I'm kept flinging things.
Hello?
Where are you going to? Hey, drums rolling.
looking like she was going, it was her wedding, with this very big, large, plenty flower on the right side of her hair. And everybody was like, Chioma, is it your wedding? Are you getting married today? Like, she was overdressed. Caroline was like, she just didn't want Chioma to sit down. She just wants her to stand somewhere and just, be there, like, like a statue, something like that, because she was just overdressed and looking very nice and all of that. And Chioma was like, she doesn't know whether they are praising her or, they are insulting her. All she knows is basically they are talking about her, and that's all that mattered. And she greets everybody and sits down. You could tell the energy, the vibe was off between Chioma and Laura, because clearly Chioma knows the gist. So you could tell Chioma was like, Laura was like, Chioma walks in and then just greets her, in this mood, and she feels like she must, she must have known about the gist. Finally, Iyabo comes into the scene, and that was how the drama started.
Yes, you have every right to fight for your family, but you can't fight for a family who's hurting other people, who's hurting people in their marriages, who's hurting people in their relationships with her words.
Laura was like, oh, you, Iyabo, oh, you already told Chioma what I told you, and you now said, I believe that you should be mature enough to have said some things and not have said something. Basically, you should have filtered what I said, but instead you decided to pick the bad side. She basically said, that was what Laura said. She basically said you decided to tell Chioma the bad side, that was the bad part that I said, and you told Chioma all of that. Anyways, and obviously Chioma is close with Caroline, and Chioma has already told Caroline, and Chioma was just, Laura was like, blah, 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 and Caroline was just calm. Caroline was just calm, waiting for her to just finish and so she can talk. And Laura was like, oh, I didn't like how you spoke about me when you guys played. I wasn't there, so you guys should have just played your games, without calling my name. And Caroline was like, oh, they called me gold digger. They called me, when they played the game and they were like, oh, the person with the highest body count. And I was called. And and Laura was like, and you're fine with that. And Caroline was like, boy, it's a game. It's just a game. It wasn't like it was true or not, or, it was just a game they were playing. And people were just calling names. So she didn't see what the big deal was in that. And Laura was like, oh, she didn't like that Caroline called her name, blah, blah, blah. That was how Linda IKEJI's, gist entered the gist. And that was where the whole basco started.
Do you know what? You can have a blog, but don't hurt people. Part of the reasons why my marriage broke was because of Linda. I reached out to her. She did not care.
When Caroline, delivered her baby girl that she has always been praying for, Linda went to her blog and wrote how the baby wasn't Danjuma's, basically wasn't for her ex-husband.
Linda wrote that my daughter was for another man. I reached out to her, she did not care. And you sit down here to defend your family? I have family too. I have children that look up to me.
How she wasn't the age she claimed she was, and wrote quite a number of things about her. And she doesn't understand why Linda hates her so much.
When your sister wrote about my daughter has 2 fucking holes in the house. Do you know how I coped with that?
I understand where Caroline was coming from, and after she went on and on about her child, she was so pissed. It was emotional. That was when Laura's shoulder just came down. You could tell that, Laura was like, she's talking about her child and she understands, she loves her kids to death.
I apologize about it. I'm a mom. I'm sorry, I can't. There's nothing I can't argue with Caroline. She's talking about her child. I would lose it. Talking about I'm obsessed with kids.
She apologized that she didn't even know all of these stories that she was saying about Linda doing this, Linda doing that, and everything that happened between Caroline and Linda. I told you guys on my last video that Toyin invited Caroline and Laura to that masterclass, And Tony talked about it on the show that she noticed that during that masterclass, it felt like as if they were doing bad. Now I was just trying to recollect. I didn't sense anything when I attended the masterclass. It didn't feel like they were throwing any bad blows towards each other. It didn't feel like anybody was gloating or anybody was, well, they don't know what they were talking about. I just didn't understand. Tony was like, oh, she sensed, the energy and then all the drama that happened during and after that show, that she didn't even really understand what was happening as well. Well, I don't know how she didn't really go into details about the masterclass drama and all of those things, but basically Laura apologized, and all Oyabo could say, basically I want that opened her mouth, all Oyabo could say basically was she's friends with Tony and Caroline, and she has a loyalty, is towards them and not towards Laura.
Expecting a kind of loyalty from me? Hell no. We're not friends.
So, Laura did not say, oh, what I told you, don't tell them. And even if she told her that, she would have begged her. That's what she said. She would have begged her so much for her not to open her mouth. So, all of that drama, you need to watch it to be able to understand what I'm saying. The drama was a lot. The bad was a lot. Caroline cried. She was angry. She stood up from the table. Chioma followed her. She was really angry. You could tell that she was really, really angry. And Laura apologized, but Caroline just said she just wanted that to pass. She just pushed that aside, and she wasn't going to, I don't even think the apology came from within like that, or Caroline accepted the apology, but y'all need to watch it to be able to understand the entire basketballs and the drama that happened there. So that was how the entire episode ended. Then they showed next week on, in episode 4. Next week on what was going to happen in episode 4. That was when Miriam was introduced. All the girls were supposed to hang out, and Caroline, the girls came so late, and Caroline was just pissed that, oh, she got there. Yes, she got there late, but she got there and they were scolding her. And she was being scolded. Is she a baby? Is she a mom? It was just a drama. It was Chioma basically that decided that, oh, she was going to host the girls, to a trip or something. And she was like, oh, should I tell the girls to bring like a +1? So basically, Toyin brings Miriam. At some point, we see Miriam and Toyin standing together. So I guess Toyin brought Miriam in as a +1. But basically, that was how that one went. And, I'm sure there's going to be lots of drama coming on up in episode 4. So you guys need to watch episode 3. Y'all need to watch it. It's really, you would think, oh, episode 2 was just, wasn't just as interesting. It was very nice, but maybe the basketballs y'all were expecting didn't really come up. But episode 3 came with, the entire basketballs from the beginning till the end, and I absolutely enjoyed it. So y'all should watch it, and I definitely cannot wait for episode 4 to be dropped, because I can't wait for all the drama. I really cannot wait for all the drama. So thank you so much for watching today's episode. I really do hope you enjoyed this, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment, and keep loving me, keep supporting my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.